Hunter Biden has been found guilty on all counts in his gun trial, federal trial in Wilmington, Delaware.
So Hunter is found guilty on all charges. I seriously doubt that he will spend 1 second behind bars over this. I seriously doubt it. However, the real takeaway from this is that they have proven that the laptop from hell was real, it was authentic. And it's not, like the 51 former intel officers said, Russian disinformation. It isn't that. It's true. This opens up all kinds of possibilities. So what will they do? Will they actually take action on these 51 former intel officers? I think they got some splaining to do. The United Nations Security Council has created a resolution calling for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza from the Israel-Hamas war. The U.S. has endorsed this. I will tell you that I don't think that Israel is in favor of this resolution.
The draft resolution has been adopted.
A proposed ceasefire in Gaza, presented by the United States, wins support in the Security Council. A clear diplomatic victory for the Americans, who blocked previous attempts to stop the fighting.
Over the past 8 months, this council has often faced divisions, and the world has taken notice with understandable frustration. But there's another side to this story, because today we adopted the 4th resolution on this conflict.
At the UN on Monday, the U.S. said repeatedly that Israel had agreed to the terms of the deal. But after the vote, it was unclear if Israel would abide by the resolution.
Israel will not engage in meaningless and endless negotiations which can be exploited by Hamas as a means to stall for time.
Security Council resolutions are binding international law, but their impact often depends on implementation. That will be particularly the case with this one.
Did you know that the UN has created over 145 resolutions condemning Israel for this or for that? Did you also know that UNRWA, UNRWA, which stands for the United Nations Relief and Work Agency, has office space and shares personnel with Hamas in Gaza? All true. I think it's time to reevaluate the United Nations. They've become an apologist organization for radical Islam. They're anti-West and anti-Israel. Finally, we get a wrap-up of the D-Day events, but courtesy of our friends at Sky News. Biden is at it again, plagiarizing, which is what he does best, well, except after pooping in his pants at NATO events.
40 years ago, American broadcaster Clay Travis compared the two speeches, and, well, you be the judge.
Last, the hour had come. Dawn, 6th of June, 1944.
At dawn on the morning of the 6th of June, 1944,
225 American Rangers arrived by ship, jumped into the waves and stormed the beach.
225 Rangers jumped off the British landing craft and ran to the bottom of these cliffs.
Gunfire rained above them, but still they kept coming. Nazi grenades thrown from above exploded against the cliffs, but still they kept coming.
The Rangers looked up and saw the enemy soldiers at the edge of the cliffs shooting down at them with machine guns and throwing grenades. And the American Rangers began to climb.
They launched their ladders, their ropes, and grappling hooks, and they began to climb.
They shot rope ladders over the face of these cliffs and began to pull themselves up.
When the Nazis cut their ladders, the Rangers used the ropes. When the Nazis cut their ropes, the Rangers used their hands.
When one Ranger fell, another would take his place. When one rope was cut, a Ranger would grab another and begin his climb again.
And inch by inch, foot by foot, yard by yard, the Rangers literally clawed their way up this mighty precipice until at last they reached the top.
Soon, one by one, the Rangers pulled themselves over the top.
They breached Hitler's Atlantic Wall, And they turned in that one effort the tide of the war that began to save the world.
And in seizing the firm land at the top of these cliffs, they began to seize back the continent of Europe.
Wow. Well, you can almost imagine the thinking in the White House there. I mean, hey, Ronald Reagan, he was old. He won 49 states going into his second term with 59% of the popular vote. I got an idea. Let's rip off his speeches.
If you like this presentation, please hit the like button and share it and subscribe to the channel. We're on all the social medias. Look for it, share it. Let's get the word out. You all have a good day.